I was able to quit my job and start a business, and I was able to get some freedom. It all started though when I wrote a book. But it wasn't just any book, it was a book that helped me get a platform. So when you write a book, you have to do 3 things in the correct manner in order to actually get attention. And what's the first one?
Reverse engineer your vision.
That's exactly right. In order to start on the right path, you need to reverse engineer where you're going. So if you want to make your money a certain way a year from now, you have to build the book in that direction. It all comes down to starting on the right foot. So if you reverse engineer and you say, I want to make more money from being a motivational speaker, well, guess what? Your book has to be something based around motivation, right? Or if you want to become the greatest plumber, or if you want to become the greatest salesman or leader, or if you want to help people grow business, whatever it is, that's the vision. That's where you're going. Take it a step back and then build the book around that. But it's not just about the end goal. It's what do I need to do to get there? People always get worried about that little detail of what do they start writing about. Well, what is lesson number 2?
Keep it simple, Mikey.
Did you catch that? Of course, you gotta keep it simple. Now, number 1, I love when people call me Mikey, but number 2, she's right. When you keep things simple, what's simple gets done. And whenever you overanalyze, we've helped over 100 entrepreneurs, 150 almost, write their books. And people overanalyze things way too much. If you keep things simple, you break it down with 15 general pieces of advice that you want to give. And then 15 general stories, or even you can say specific stories of your life on how you learn those lessons. 15 lessons, 15 stories, and you marry them. What you do there is you basically tell the reader who you are, what you know, and what you love. I'm telling you, when you write a book, you show that you're more committed. And commitment, no matter what, is attractive to anyone. If you can be more committed than the person down the road, you're gonna get more attention. 15 general lessons, 15 specific stories, and you have some type of takeaway. But if you keep it simple, it's gonna get done. And break it down to about 120 pages, 20,000 words, and therefore you break it down even by a day of how many words you need to write, it's gonna get done in 30 days. So keep it simple. And if you try to overanalyze, it will never, ever get done. So what's the third one? What's the third piece?
Use the book as a marketing tool.
Bingo. Now, I did not grow my business by just writing great books. It had nothing to do with the content itself. It had to do with how I was using it as a marketing tool. Now, you see her here reading a book. I mean, this is how she reads books, but regardless, if you use a book in a proper fashion, it becomes your magic bullet. It's what gets you attention. And if you market it properly with free plus shipping, I mean, you see Russell Brunson, Garrett White, all the big names doing free plus shipping, that's what we do. Now, marketing it the right way by giving it away on podcasts, interviews, going to speaking events, doing book signings, this is what's gonna get you opportunity. 95% of all books are not read from cover to cover. So what's that mean? Nobody's reading books anymore. So even if people pick up your book and don't read it, it should help you. Specifically the title, the breakdown of the chapters, all this needs to be so obvious. So therefore you can build the book into courses and webinars and training. And it all starts with the book, using it as a marketing tool. Garrett White, Russell Brunson, all the big names are using it. And which way? As a free plus shipping offer. Why is that powerful? Because they are giving something away with no expectation of you buying anything from them. If you give, and then you ask, people are more willing to do business with you. And whenever you do a free plus shipping offer, they are going to give you their information that you could keep targeting more ads that they are interested in. So, let's break it down here in the recap. When you are writing a book, remember, reverse engineer where you're going. Think about the end goal. It can get crazy. I know when you sit down to write, I've written 7 books myself, but I know it can get crazy. So reverse engineer where you're going with it. Use it as a chess piece to get you there. Step number 2, keeping it simple, Mikey. Now, when you keep things simple, they get done. And if you overanalyze it and you try to worry too much about every detail before you start, it'll never get finished. And you'll be stuck at that corporate job forever. And the last piece is you gotta market, market, market. This is a chess piece. If you out-position people, out-market them, get creative, do the free plus shipping offer, you are gonna have something to promote. For more information, check out my Instagram handle @TheDreamStarter or subscribe down below and I'll teach you more tips and tricks on how to get out of your corporate job.